Howdy gamers, Old Gamer Guy here. Welcome to another Dawn of Man video. We are just getting started with our brand new primitive community of Mobarf. This video is going to disregard that sound for a moment. It just means we have no storage slots, but we are building storage, so it won't be a problem in the long run. But let me go ahead and pause time here first, and this video is going to be edited, and we're going to go all the way through the Paleolithic age. But before I get to the edited part of this, I wanted to show the tech advances for the Paleolithic age. So as you do things, you earn knowledge points, and then you can see each of these costs 5 knowledge points. I have 1 knowledge point right now, but when I get 5, I'll choose a tree to start off in. It doesn't really matter, you can just pick your own, but I thought I would go ahead and show what each option is. And so we have bone tools up here, which are required for composite tools, bone harpoon, and bone spear. And then this is composite tools, which is the next step beyond that. And this is required for bone polishing, which actually isn't until the Mesolithic era. A flint spear, a flint axe, and a flint pick. Then we have sling making, required for archery and for building a sling. Archery is in the Mesolithic era. Food drying, which is required to build a food dryer. And then grain processing is in the next age. And this piqued my interest right here. Dog domestication and dog training. So eventually we can have dogs that will accompany us on our hunting expeditions, and they'll also help to protect the camp, which is cool. Tanning, which lets you build a tanner, and then weaving is down the line here in the Neolithic age, but tanning is a prerequisite for that. Sledge making allows us to build a wooden sledge to carry resources. You can carry more on the sledge. And then the tanner will allow us to make leather, which allows us to make leather outfits. And then we have the funerary rituals, which is required for a burial mound and for spirituality. We'll probably do those last. So the rest of this video will be edited, so let's get to it and see what happens to Mobarf. So the first order of business is making sure your hunters are busy. You need them to get out and kill some animals, not only for the food, but also for the skins. And these mouflon creatures seem to be the best bet for early prey. Mouflon are apparently early ancestors of the modern sheep, which explains why they're so easy to hunt. Some animals can run away. Some animals are just too tough for us to kill at this point. But our hunters are out on the prowl. We've got 1 kill right there and another kill right there. You start off with 4 wooden spears, so you can have up to 4 hunters out early on, just right away. And the meat and the skins are very important. Meanwhile, back at camp, our other citizens are staying busy moving things around and starting to construct a few things. That is a crafting area being built right there. And now a skin drying rack. Those skins are important to build these things. But hold everything. We're being attacked by a pack of wolves. This could have been disaster. But we managed to kill 2 wolves here, and nobody died, which is good. And now we have 2 more animals to butcher and get a little bit of meat and some skin out of. And I'm going to go into the crafter here and make some more wooden spears, some more wooden harpoons, and some more biface stone knives. That's all I can make at this point. And then the crafter also has skin outfits as an automatic production item. So if the resources are available, people will always try to make more of those clothes, the skins outfit. And those are important because they give more warmth than the regular clothes. And you'll see why that's important here eventually. But right now we have enough knowledge points to get into our first area of the tech tree, and I'm going to go for the food drying rack because that will allow us to have dried food, and that will last longer before it starts to decay and go bad. So let's go ahead and put our food drying rack right around in here somewhere. It'll be a while before that's actually built, but it will help us out once it is done. So I'll just repeat, it's important to keep the hunters busy. You need food, you need those skins. You can see in the lower right hand corner, I'm accumulating knowledge points just by acquiring the meat and various other resources. And the first time you build a structure, here we have some mighty hunters out getting a couple of kills, and these guys apparently have the proper tools to go ahead and butcher these kills. There we have our storage tent being completed. So as I was saying, the skins are important to build these tents. They're important to build, to craft clothes, warm clothes for your people. And then also the skin on these tents will eventually decay and will have to be repaired. I'll point that out a little bit later on. But it's important to have a good income, a steady income of animal skin. If you saw in my first video, if you saw that, you saw me place one fishing area. I'm going to go ahead and place 2 more fishing areas because we now have more harpoons. And these fishing areas can eventually be depleted. They will replenish over time. Some other resources are also like that, like some plants can only be gathered during particular seasons of the year. But now, since I have 3 fishing areas, if I deplete this area, my little fisherman there will move on and go to where the fish are. You can see he's down there trying to spear some dinner or perhaps some lunch. He didn't even realize there were a bunch of killer bears right there. It's probably good. Now we're getting a little rainfall. But never mind that. We've got a cave lion attack. Somebody's been attacked by a cave lion. I pressed L3 to sound the alert. Everybody's running back to camp. But when I focus on the cave lion, it's actually kind of far away. It must have attacked one of our people that was out in the wilderness and maybe butchering a kill or something like that. But it's nowhere near Mobarf. So I can press L3 again and sound the all clear, and everybody will go back to doing what they were doing. And not long after that, a trader shows up in town. These people arrive periodically and they have some things in their inventory. You have things in your inventory and you can trade if you wish. Their inventory will change from time to time. And some items are worth more than others. Right there, I'm looking to see what I need to complete that tent, and it's just some sticks that I need, so I don't need to buy any sticks from the trader, and I don't think the trader even has any sticks. But I am going to buy a dry fish and a couple of breads, and I'm going to trade a couple of flints. And you can see the trader just drops the bread and the fish on the ground. Very hygienic, these primitive people. But look how industrious these little kids are. They're just always at work. It's amazing. But here is why it's important to have warm clothes, because the season is changing. It's getting colder. And now it's starting to snow. Winter has arrived. The ground is quickly covered with snow. So it's good to have food stockpiled before winter, and it's also obviously good to have warm clothes. And if you survive the winter, you get a knowledge point out of it. And winter really doesn't last very long. But you can lose people. You can. I've done it. Up until now, I've just sort of manually been sending my hunters out to hunt. But now I'm going to set up a few hunting areas, because we have more people and we have more hunting equipment, spears and such. So I'm going to set up 3 hunting areas on 3 sides of the camp, with the river being on the 4th side. And I'm going to build some more tents to attract some more villagers. I built another crafting area. One crafting area will focus on clothes. The other one will focus on everything else. And you can see that tool symbol above that one tent over there. That means it needs repair. The skin on the tent has decayed to the point where it needs to be repaired. So that's just another illustration of why it is important to keep hunting and keep those dead animals rolling in. Clothes and construction and repairs. So here I'm building a tanner, which will allow me to make leather. This is related to a point on the tech tree. I had to unlock this. But that's where the tanner will go. And we've got another tent being constructed there. Things are going well in Mobarf so far. No significant tragedy has struck just yet. But now we have enough points to have domesticated dogs, which is, of course, what we were all waiting for. Pet dogs. But sadly, the very first dog that came to live in our village, I never even saw it, because this cave lion attacks and killed it. Tragedy, I tell you. But we managed to kill the cave lion. Screw you, cave lion. And I didn't sound the all clear right away because sometimes there's more than one animal that attacks, like if it's a wolf pack, or sometimes hyenas will attack in packs. But I finally sounded the all clear right there, and we can go back about our business. And we have enough points to actually train dogs now. So now dogs will accompany our hunters out on their hunting expeditions. And they will also help to protect the camp. I didn't really get a good shot of this guy cutting this tree down, but that's what he's doing. I needed a log to finish my tanning station. So he's cutting the tree down with a flint axe, which is from the composite tools part of the tech tree. And now somebody will eventually bring a log over here, and we'll be able to finish our tanner. There we go. Good work, primitive citizen. But unfortunately, we were barely over the death of our first dog when another greater tragedy struck. A cave hyena attack, and it appears that an adolescent was killed. I don't think that was a little kid, but it doesn't look like an adult either. So it looks like an adolescent villager was killed by hyenas just there. That's terrible, terrible, terrible. So that prompted me to go ahead and build my first spiritual type constructions. We've got a little kind of a memorial totem pole thing there on one side, and now we have a burial mound for our dead citizens. And now I'm just waiting to accumulate enough points to buy into the Mesolithic age. Mobarf is going fairly well. We've lost a couple of citizens, but actually I guess we've lost one citizen so far. 2 citizens if you count the dog, but never mind that. We're moving on, moving forward into the Mesolithic age, and we will check that out in the next video. So for now, thanks for watching.